Y'all, episode 5 with your boy Landon, and we got the man. Oh, why do I keep on pointing to the wrong side? Wrong side. We got Voli Dolo up on the mug.
Yo,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm finna ask him some questions like usual. You guys know how this goes. Finna ask him some questions, and plus, I'm not finna say too much. But we got something new that we're doing in this episode. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I haven't said
I'm
that in
ready.
none of the episodes. Like, comment, subscribe. We need the subs. You feel me? And we need the likes and we need the comments. I
Thanks.
What moment made you realize music was more than just a hobby for you?
What moment? Okay. I do actually have one. So it was back in 2024. No, I would say 2023. That's whenever I started like messing around on BandLab or whatever. I was just making some bullshit, bro. It was so ass, but I finally locked in one day and I decided to actually make a song. So I searched up Yeet Type Beat on YouTube. And I made this song on BandLab. And bro, my roommate, my current roommate, who was just my friend, back then was like, dude, you gotta drop this. It's so fire. And I was like, no, it's kind of ass. But he kept encouraging me and kept encouraging me. And finally, I moved up here to where I am now, 2024, summer 2024. And I just logged in and I bought a mic and I bought a little interface and I was like, I'm gonna just have some fun and see where it goes. And I realized that I actually might have a little bit of talent. So, now we're here.
A little bit of talent, man.
A little bit.
A little bit, just a little tiny bit.
A hint.
What part of your life influences your music the most right now to this date?
Mm. I would say other music probably influences my music because I don't really think there are any outside factors other than just like, I mean, you got school, I got work, and that's pretty much it. Like, and then if I'm not doing those things, then I'm kind of just locked in the studio. Um, so I don't know. I try and make a lot of different types of music. I try not to just like stick to one genre or stick to one type of like topic. So I would say that I just try to be creative and I don't know. I just let other music influence it.
How do you know when a song is actually finished?
Oof. Dude, I'm talking about, I have like 70 mixes, like 70 times that I go into the project, tweak like the smallest knob, and then export it. And then I'll hop in my truck and I'll ride around and I'll listen to it 5 times. And if one thing sounds off, then I immediately come back or I'll go back the next day with fresh ears and I'll just keep turning those knobs till it sounds good in the truck. Once it sounds good in the truck, if it sounds good in the AirPods, and it sounds good over the MacBook speakers, and it sounds good over the big speaker, then I know it's done. But it's a process. It is a process.
I've actually never heard about that before. I've actually
Yeah.
never heard that. I've never heard
Yeah.
that. What's your definition of success as an artist?
Success to me, I mean, you know, there's materialistic things like you'd have the diamond chains and all the money, stand on my money, I'm tall as Pippin, that type of thing. But I think just being comfortable, living a comfortable life where I'm making money and maybe I have a family or whatever and I'm just able to provide for myself and for my family and potentially for the community. I think that would be pretty successful. And then of course, I do want to hop on stage and I do want the crowds to, scream my lyrics, but for the most part, it's that.
That's tough. That's tough. How would you describe your sound to somebody who has never heard of you before?
Um I hope that they don't only listen to Drake, or they're not gonna like it. I would just describe it as like some. I would say I would probably ask him, you know, Playboy Cardi, and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, yeah. I'd be like, take Playboy Cardi and then make it ass, and then boom.
Come on, bro. Yo, you're funny, dog. All right. What keeps you motivated when things move slow?
Mm. I think honestly, you just have to really lock in. I don't know any methods to that I like. I don't use any methods to keep me motivated. I just have to stay in the studio and make sure that I'm like, if I miss a few days, then I gotta open up the laptop. I gotta open up FL. I gotta make a beat. Always gotta be consistent in something, and that's what kind of keeps me motivated, as well as listening to other music and getting ideas, getting inspiration from different artists, trying to like discover a new artist. That definitely inspires me and motivates me, for sure.
Yeah, that's. What's one thing fans would be surprised to learn about you?
Ooh, why are you looking at me like that, bro? Uh, Man, that's a good question. Are you gonna have to give me a second to think? Oh,
I bet. Take your time.
I got one. Here, look. I'm gonna flip. How do I flip the camera around?
I think this is hard. You have
Okay,
to
we're just gonna have to do it with the selfie camera. So I got some pizza rolls here, but this is my Rubik's Cube collection. I'm really into Rubik's Cubes. You see, a lot of them aren't solved, but that's just because I forgot.
Oh.
But this is my baby right here. I always play with it, but like, I got all of these, all different types. I got some
Yeah.
more, but they're just put up right now. This is what I'm displaying. But you know, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't I don't think that people know that I like Rubik's cubes, and I do a lot since I was like 7, probably.
Yeah, that's tough. I never really got into Rubik's cubes, but I've always thought about starting a Rubik's cube collection because there's so much different Rubik's cubes. I'm saying it wrong. Rubik's cubes, yeah.
Oh,
So, yo.
oh, hey, we're back.
Hey, we're back. Man, I was
Not gonna
thinking
let
for
the
a
technical
second.
difficulties win, bro.
Yeah, we're not finna. Yeah. Why did I just get a notification from a David Snapchat story? I. Besides the point, we're finna get into the drawing. Yes, the drawing side
Hey,
of
let's
things.
go.
We're drawing. So, Mr. Sir Voliere, I've been wanting to
Mhm.
call you that since I figured it out last night. Sir Voliere, draw. Alright? Draw. Wait, hold on. If you could draw yourself, your future self, what would they look like?
Ooh. All right, let me get to work.
Get to draw it, bruh.
I got a page right here. Future self.
You're shading, it sounds like.
Drawing the hair.
Oh.
And no, if I couldn't, I could shave, but I'd probably mess up the entire picture. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It kind of looks maxing in this. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think it's done.
I bet. Reveal yourself.
All right, let me turn it around. Wait. Oh, I can use the back camera. Hey, why is it inverted? All right, so look, let me explain it. So this is me. This is exactly what I look like, by the way. And this is me just throwing money because I'm gonna just have a whole bunch of money in the future. So that's success to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did good.
Thank
Good,
you,
good
thank you,
drawing. Good
thank you.
drawing. Now we got to go back to the hardest part. The
Uh oh.
questions again. Got like 3 more questions, bro.
Uh oh.
Lord. Lord.
Let's get it.
Um, what artist influenced you without you realizing it at first?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a great question. I'm not gonna lie. Um, hmm.
Appreciate that.
Without me knowing, I'm gonna have to think about this. I'm not gonna lie. Because obviously, I know the artist that influenced me. It's pretty obvious, but without knowing,
Yeah.
hmm. I would say I would say Ski Mask,
Ooh.
and that's a weird take because you might not be able to hear it in my music, but especially now. But at first, I really, I really wanted to flow like Ski Mask,
Yeah.
and because like he's always had like the best flow ever, I've thought. So at first I was making a lot of music that had like a ski mask type flow. And I mean, Ken Carson was obviously one of my bigger influences because he was popping, his beats were going crazy. So I was looking at his beats up on YouTube and then trying to flow like ski mask on him. And I made some interesting songs, but none of them are probably going to get released. But I think yeah, ski mask for sure. I love ski mask.
His stuff. Ski's good.
Facts.
Now he must have like took a like he's like I don't care about music. He was in the Mr. Beast challenge. He's
Dude, I
supposedly a
saw that.
streamer now.
That was the most random thing ever. I was like, what is Ski
But
Mask doing here?
and he actually did pretty good there though. Like he
Yeah, he got
actually
top
like he
four or something.
almost won. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was literally in the last where Kai tried to push him at the square.
bro.
It's alright though. Do you like to start with lyrics or a melody first? Like,
Good question. Um, Definitely melody because whenever I go in there, pretty much the second I hear a beat, I try and mumble something, some sort of flow, some sort of melody. But it also depends because I could have a lyric that just pops in my mind, and then I have to figure out the melody. But for the most part, it's probably gonna be me going in there, hopping on the mic, and just trying to like mumble something until I figure it out. But it does change, I will say.
tough. Great. 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 Alright, alright, alright. This might be the greatest question.
Oh,
If you could open up for any artist tomorrow, who would it be? And
oh
why?
my gosh. Uh, wow. Dang, man, this is crazy. Well, I got to think about it like this. I got to think of an artist whose fans would actually enjoy my music because I can't just say that one of the biggest rappers in the world. I can't just say Drake because their fans are not gonna like my music, you know.
Yeah, definitely not.
Um, so I think like obvious answers would be like Cardi, uh, Uzi, you know, maybe even Ken. But I think going the underground route would actually be the better option because their fans are more like cult like almost,
Mm,
and I feel
yeah.
like if I have some of their fans, then I'll build that cult like audience that I'm looking for. So if I had to pick one artist with that in mind, I would say Slayer. I think his fans would like my music.
Yeah, he. I mean, you feel me? Yeah, he. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I thought you
Yeah.
was finna say yeet. I don't know why.
Yeet. Uh, I don't know.
You would have
His
had to fight Slayer for that opportunity.
facts, bro.
Alright, well, that was the interview. Pretty
I had
short.
fun, man. That was a good interview. I
I
appreciate you
appre-
for having me on here, man.
I appreciate you for taking the time out of your day and coming on here.
Of course, bro. Of course. Always nice to talk to you.
Alright, bro.
Bye, man. Talk to you
Bye,
later.
man. Talk to you later.